people, of course, focus on the other drama, don't they? That is in the inside soap opera of the royal family. That is, of course, Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. At least those titles for now, or indeed Meghan Sussex, depending on which one that you want. Of course, there's another big soap opera involving literally every single day, and this is, of course, a former high-ranking royal and said to be the favourite son of the late Queen, Queen Elizabeth. That's right, the Duke of York, Prince Andrew. But according to a well-placed source within inside the royal family, it appears there are fractions between, well, him and other senior royals, as one might imagine. But can they be mended? As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for your time. By the way, glad you enjoyed the video about the silent stars and, of course, the royal. Fascinating stuff, isn't it? You know, many people said, did you meet Billy Wilder? I've told you before I did. I was lucky. Yeah, very lucky. Fluke meeting, but what a guy. You know, absolutely 100%. Really interesting person because he just had an interesting life and worked with all of those stars. And by the way, we will be covering all of the people that you met and all the famous people, trying to put that video together very soon. It's going to be interesting because you've all met some fabulous people. As I said, can't quite believe it. I think I'm the most unknown person on that list. I didn't realise you were all such star spotters or indeed had such a night. Well, of course, you see, you're educated. That's why you're on this channel. Please, you know, if only, but it's lovely, isn't it, to see these people that you've met. Now, of course, when you think about it, the debonair playboy prince, as he was known, particularly for my era, Prince Andrew, a former Falklands War hero. I do remember that report very well, chums, on the news. Ooh, big news that was, of course. And the Queen said to be very concerned, of course, about her son, naturally. And then he came back, really. I mean, he could do no wrong. As well as a few years back now, I remember going to a thing called Pitch at the Palace, which was almost like a Dragon's Den apprentice type thing. Very well, warmly received, very successful. But now, sadly, behind the scenes, things are taking a turn for the worse. And it's awful, really, when families get to this point. But according to a very well-placed source, while Prince Andrew still battles behind the scenes all of the ongoing engulfingness of the Epstein case and, of course, the battle for Royal Lodge, it was hoped, particularly I was told by the late Queen, that, you know, Prince William, Catherine, other senior royals would be a little bit more prominent in their support of him. Now, what we have seen already in the past is the Princess Royal, Princess Anne, and of course Prince Edward, the youngest son of the late Queen, out with him riding in Great Windsor Park. And why not? You know, brothers and sisters, they stick together regardless of whatever drama's going on behind the scenes. But this is impacting apparently on a bigger level because now, and this is where it gets really dangerous, according to that source, both Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice now feel that William should in fact be a little bit more forthcoming in a public support. He's in a very difficult dilemma though, let's be honest, because obviously this is an ongoing drama. But they feel, according to that source, that just literally being invited to something very publicly, whether that be the Earthshot charity stuff, something to give him a little bit of hope, might do him the power of good. Apparently the public silence on this has been deafening, as one can imagine. So while many people are suggesting that, you know, everything is rosy in the garden, I'm not suggesting it shouldn't be or it should be, but it must be very difficult because His Majesty the King is trying his very best to navigate the problem that has now been left behind, literally, following the sad demise of his mother. And more importantly, he has to put duty amongst family. And as I said, the princesses apparently feel, and this could be very tricky for William indeed, but apparently he does not want anything to do with Andrew or indeed be seen in any public capacity. And you can understand both sides. But for now, this is proving almost a bigger rift than the other rift that's happening over in California. Families, eh? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.